SABERS.
I'm Jamie.
And we love movies. Episode 3.
Very exciting, Jamie.
Goes by so fast.
I just want to take a second and let our, viewers, appreciate how colorful we are.
Yeah, check that out.
Look at this.
Marvel and
beautiful?
DC in the house.
Yeah.
Now, the real question is whether they're going to stay up for the entire show.
Yeah, so let us know if you see the ball behind it.
Yeah, we have had some sticker technical difficulties, but by the power of will and sheer... hopefully it just stays up.
So.
All right. Well, we have a lot of things to talk about in this jam-packed show. Hopefully we can get to everything.
Yeah, let's try. So where are we going to start?
Well, let's start first with the wicked question of the week. Last week we left our
the wicked
listeners,
nerdy questions. Right?
Yeah, we left our listeners wondering. We were talking about Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, their new movie that they're working on together. So that had us thinking about one of their first early projects, which was
Good Will Hunting.
Yeah,
and the question was, where was it Matt Damon?
No, it was Matt Damon.
It was Matt Damon because he's the writer. The other one's the pretty one.
He's the smarter one.
You know what? Anyways, Matt Damon.
I'm sure they're both smart.
Where was he going to school when he first wrote the script for Good Will Hunting? He wrote the first script for Good Will Hunting as part of an assignment in a class at this university. The hint was he's wicked smart. If you guessed Harvard University, you're correct! Yay! Congratulations!
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure he got an A on that.
Yeah.
If not, then that teacher should not be teaching. But that's a great movie to revisit.
There's so many successful people who have that one person who's like, you're never going to be nothing. You're never going to amount to nothing. This is all garbage. And then they, become like Meryl Streep or something like that and rub it in their faces. So.
Yeah, take that, mom and dad telling me I can't. I'm kidding.
No,
they're very supportive. Okay. But we need more people to be inspired and pushed to be creative, not hindered. If you don't think somebody's on the right path, just keep encouraging them.
This is a supportive environment here. We like to talk about all the positive things and build people up. Yeah, mostly. Yeah. Unless you really suck. But
unless we really like you, then we'll tear you down. Yeah.
Yeah. But this is a supportive environment. This is a safe space for movie lovers. Welcome. Let's talk more movies. So speaking of local movies, there is a big film coming out later this year that was filmed in Massachusetts last year. And we now have the very first trailer for Greta Gerwig's Little Women.
And it's starring one of my favorite actresses, Emma Watson. She's been my go-to movie celebrity crush / fake girlfriend for the past, I don't know, how long has Harry Potter been around? 20 years?
Yeah.
Well,
has it been that long? I don't think we're that old. I don't think she's that old.
No, she's my age. She's my age. She's 29. So I know that we have a shot.
All right.
I know we have a shot because we're both
she wasn't
the same
9,
age.
but it was a little bit after that. So yes, almost 20 years. Oh my goodness! Wow.
Let's see, Sorcerer's Stone, IMDb.
We need
answers.
We need answers. Hang on.
This came out in 2001. So 11
2001?
years. Yeah. So about.
Yeah. Okay.
A good time. So
since
2001,
I beat you though because I've been in love with Harrison Ford since. How old? When was when I was 9 years old? That was 1990.
Well, the box set on VHS came out in 96 or what year? Because I remember I started watching Star Wars for the first time when they came. We came home with a VHS box set.
Yeah.
I think that was mid 90s.
Yeah. So it was 95. It was 95.
Okay, so
you do the math.
So if you were to run into either Emma Watson or Harrison Ford, you have the better shot. Is that what you're saying?
No, I think you have the better shot, for sure. I think you've got the better shot on that one.
I hope so, too. Knock on wood. Come on, guys, root for me. All right, so Emma Watson's new film that she's in is Little Women. We haven't seen the trailer.
No.
Actually, you have a little tidbit, a little personal connection to this.
I'm in it.
No big deal. No big deal.
I'm in the background on a beach somewhere, and that's all I can say about it. But, yes, I am in it somewhere.
What a tough day at the office.
Know. It really was, though. Okay, maybe I'll have a short story for after we see the trailer.
Yeah, let's watch the trailer.
It was a tough shoot that day. All right, so neither of us has seen the trailer. I don't know if I'm in it. Let's see. All right, we're gonna watch.
Imagine if the first frame, first shot is you, just at the beach eating ice cream. Okay, so Little Women 2019. Let's watch this trailer.
Boom.
I'm working on a novel. It is a story of my life and my sister's.
Make it short and spicy. And if the main character is a girl, make sure she's married by the end.
Ow!
I'm already liking the costume design.
No, absolutely.
I want to be an artist in Rome and be the best painter in the world.
That's what you want too, isn't it, Joe? To be a famous
So isn't Joe
it sounds so crass when
from
she says
Lady Bird? She's the
have a way of getting into mischief.
Yeah, she was great. Oh, and that guy is...
Charlemagne.
Yeah, Timothy Charlemagne. He's in this one also.
Yeah.
I love it when there's a chemistry and when actors have a chemistry or certain chemistry in one film and then they're able to go to another one and share the same thing.
There's Meryl.
You are not married, aren't you?
Well, that's because I'm...
Joe, would you like to dance with me?
I can't because I scorched my dress. And Meg told me to keep still so no one would see it.
I have an idea of how we can manage.
Costume design, the set design, everything's accurate.
That house too is beautiful.
Oh, wow.
Where do they film this? Do you know?
Primarily Massachusetts. I mean, mostly, I think all of it in Massachusetts and various locations around the state.
I think the poets might disagree.
We can leave right now. I'll sell stories, and you should be an actress.
It really
and you should
looks
have a
nice.
life
Not
on
overdone.
stage.
Just because my dreams are different than yours doesn't mean they're unimportant.
Laura Dern's in it
I've loved
also.
you ever since I've known you, Joe. I couldn't help it.
It would be a
Too many famous
disaster if
people.
we
It would
were.
be a disaster.
We'd be miserable.
Joe, I'd be a perfect saint.
I can't.
There you are.
No.
A new play written by Miss Jo Marsh.
Women, they have minds and they have souls, as well as just hearts.
I want to
That was a
be
beat.
great or nothing.
And they've got ambition and they've got talent.
So I'm
as
not
well
getting
as
anything
beauty.
more.
And I'm so sick of people saying that love is just all a woman is fit for. I'm so sick of it.
Very Me Too. Oh my God.
Were you there?
There were some beach.
Oh, you saw
There
beach.
were some background people.
We have to go frame by frame.
Yeah, we don't have
Find
time for that
CSI.
right now.
There are some natures too lofty to bend.
That's great.
So, who does she marry?
No one.
Only in theaters in Christmas. All right,
And
Christmas time.
and something that's it was revolutionary for its time, and it's definitely fitting in the Me Too era.
Yeah.
I think it's going to do very well.
Did you watch the original? Not the original, but the one I'm familiar with is the one that came out in the '90s with Winona Ryder, Kirsten Dunst.
No. I mean, I think I might have, but I
Yeah.
haven't seen it for a very, very, very long time. So
Yeah,
I don't
my
remember
mom-
all of the points of the story, but I do remember that the protagonist is writing a book, and she's sort of the rebel and the tomboy, and she's fighting against the patriarchy, and they all are, because they all are their own people and their own individual personalities, and they're trying to keep their family going, and that's what I remember about the story. It looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
It really does.
Well, Emma Watson's in it, so I'm already sold. But what do you think? What do you think? So, if Little Women, if somebody watches the trailer and doesn't really think it's their cup of tea, do you think that they should still go see it just for the fact that it was filmed in our own backyard?
Sure,
they may
because you're
recognize...
probably going to recognize a lot of places in it. So they took over streets in downtown Boston, and then they put dirt over the pavement so that it looked like it was being shot in the 1870s. Okay, speaking of 1870s, I am so glad I did not live then. I am very, very happy to be a woman living in modern times, at least. This might not be the best time, but, in modern times in general.
Yeah,
so I
historically
got
speaking.
So I got to wear a big 1870s dress with the 5 layers of the corset and the underskirt and the hoop and the this and the that and the other thing, and a collar and a jacket and a hat, and it would never ended. I feel like I'm still in that fitting. So it took an hour to put it on, and in particular the shoes, which are made of just leather and wood, were authentic, which is fantastic. Unless you have to walk and run in said authentic skirts and shoes on the beach for 6 hours straight. And they say action, and you walk, and then they're like reset, and you have to run back, and then they, and walk back and forth for literally 6 hours. I couldn't walk for days, James. For days.
Now, do you have I know there's a no camera, no cell phone rule on set, but once you're getting ready and getting dressed, are you allowed to take a photo of yourself for memories or
No.
anything? No.
No, not technically. No, you're not allowed. And I would never,
No,
ever
never,
do anything like that.
We'll look at that photo later. No, but I'm excited for that movie. Again, I'm not. I remember tidbits of the '90s version. I have, I guess, not bad memories about it. My mom enjoyed it, so it was always on TV. You kept rewinding it on the VHS. So this one's filmed in our backyard. Emma Watson's in it, so I'm gonna go watch it.
Yeah, and Meryl's in it, but she doesn't sing.
She doesn't have to sing in everything.
Yes, she does.
She doesn't have to sing in everything.
Maybe she does. I don't know.
At this point,
go watch
she's
the movie.
just
Maybe
bragging.
she does
She's
sing.
like, oh, by the way, I'm a triple threat. I do everything. We know, Meryl. We know. We know. We love you already.
All right. And then, James, you saw a movie.
I did. Yeah. So
tell us about it.
This movie wasn't filmed in New England. Actually, to be honest, though, I don't know that for sure. We could do a quick Google search, but I don't know where it was filmed. But I saw Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah, Guillermo del Toro. He actually is credited as a writer for this one. The director is actually Andre Avredal.
Now say that 5 times fast.
Andre Avredal. I think I got it.
Okay,
I think I got it now.
All right.
He's directed other things like Troll Hunter, The Autopsy of Jane Doe. I haven't seen those films, but I think Guillermo del Toro, I saw him in an interview, and he expressed, I guess, satisfaction in how this director directs scary movies. And he felt that this may have been the best person to film this movie. Now, the movie is based off a series of short, scary stories for children written back in the early 1980s.
Because, the scariest stories are the anything involving children.
Yeah,
or,
but this is for children, and so. But the thing is, it's funny because I never read the book, so I really didn't know what to expect going into this. But I've heard of other people who did read the books growing up, and the illustrations that are in the books in particular are the scariest part. And what Guillermo del Toro did for this film was exactly translate what was on the page of the book to the screen, and the monsters, the graphics are amazing. Now, the synopsis is the shadow of the Bellows family has loomed in small town of Mill Valley for generations. It's in a mansion that young Sarah Bellows turns her tortured life and horrible secrets into a series of scary stories. The terrifying tales soon have a way of becoming all too real for a group of unsuspecting teens who stumble upon Sarah's spooky home. Now, this movie,
the teenagers, were they making out when they were attacked by whatever?
No, but a couple of them were giving each other googly eyes, and so I'm sure
because they're distracted by hormones, and that's when everything strikes.
No, but yeah, and things definitely do strike in this movie.
Okay.
Now, overall, let's just get this out of the way. The movie is really good. It's a really good scary movie. It's rated PG-13. Don't bring the younger kids, the 2 younger kids, because there are definitely parts of this movie that are going to have you jump in your seat. Other times have you squirming in your seat. But let's talk about the strengths and weaknesses. And let's get the weaknesses out of the way because there are just a few. One, the characters. I had a lot of fun. Following the characters. However, I feel like they could have been fleshed out a little bit more. They're really one-note characters, which wasn't bad. I think the story itself and the writing and the graphics and everything else is able to also carry the story, and the child actors, they're really good too. However, I would have liked to have seen a little more, a little more personality as opposed to a one tone thing. But other than that, there's only one minor thing. It runs for an hour and 50 minutes. Around an hour 40, it feels a little bit too long. They could have cut off maybe 5 or 10 minutes of it, and it would have felt great. It does, I think, drag just a little bit, but not enough to now recommend this film. Right. I think you should definitely go see it. Now the strengths. So look at this page. I got a lot of strengths. So, the story itself, it's solid. You follow 3 best friends who meet up with another teenager, and they explore the Bellows house, and then that's when all the scary stuff happens. Each of the scary stories, so as you would expect from the book translation to film, there's an actual physical book that belongs to this character, Sarah Bellows, and what she does is she writes scary stories because her family, they're not the best family members, and so these stories kind of have a way of coming to life, and each story is very strong. It's kind of dreadful. You're kind of on the edge of your seat because you can actually see or feel when something's going to happen. You can feel something's wrong in the air.
I think he's a master of suspense, Guillermo del Toro. He's also he is one of the best, if not the best, at putting magical realism on the screen and making it feel real, but it's also got naturally that magical sense to it where it's fantastical, it's incredible, but it's real enough that it really impacts you. And did you observe that in this?
Yeah, one of the best things that makes it, that makes it so real and lifelike is the fact that not only is the CGI great, but they use a lot of real life practical effects for the monsters. Yes. And there are two monsters in particular that I want to talk about. The Pale Lady. Now, this is the Red Room scene of the film. And
James, first of all, I'm a chicken. All right, all right, let me mentally prepare myself. And we don't want to give away too much.
I won't give away any spoilers, but if you can, Google image the Pale Lady. Again, these
might appear right
illustrations.
Here.
Yeah, right here. Yeah, there you go. Pop up right here. Boom. And it's very creepy. That's one of my favorite scenes or sequences in the film. Another monster, it's called the Jangly Man. And this is actually a new monster that's not mentioned in the book, but a creation of Guillermo del Toro as well as the other writers that made this film. And it's actually played by a contortionist named Troy James. He was actually on America's Got Talent.
Okay.
And if you haven't seen America's Got Talent, look up Troy James. The way he's moving in the film, I thought the creature, the monster, was completely CGI. Now, there are CGI elements to it, of course, but I thought this was 100% CGI because of the way the body moved. Normal bodies don't move this way, and it freaked me out. And then I found out after the fact that it was actually a real person, a real actor, who can actually move that way. It unnerved me. And but those two scenes,
and he can break into your house at night and crawl into your bed.
Crawl through your chimney if he wants to. Yeah, so overall, I recommend this film. It has a lot of great things going for it. The actors, they're great. Again, I wish the characters would have been more fleshed out, but the story is great. The graphics are great. The story, you're gonna enjoy it. So I recommend Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. It's worth it. Again, keep the young children away, but keep your kid away. But
he's afraid of Aladdin.
He'll enjoy it. Then he'll love this movie.
Okay. All right. I want to go see it. I will. All right. Real quick, James, let's do a poster check. Are they still up? They're still up. Yay!
We are still in business.
All right. If anybody saw our last episode, it was quite the battle. It was there were casualties. There were casualties. Yeah. And it was very sad.
Always remember. Never forget.
But James, I'm hoping that there's one casualty that does not happen. In the Star Wars universe, at least.
I hope so, too.
This guy. Kylo.
He's back.
My buddy. My friend.
This is week 2 in a row we're talking about Kylo.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're getting closer. We're getting closer to the rise of Skywalker.
The Rise of Skywalker coming out in December. No second trailer out yet. We've got the first teaser trailer that was absolutely incredible with Rey jumping backwards over the TIE fighter that Kylo ran and they're going to fight. Oh my God! But I think every day is a good day to talk about Star Wars series.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And what we think is going to happen and what we hope does and doesn't happen and what makes sense and what doesn't and what Disney is doing. And it's just, yeah. Oh, also the shirt. It's Reylo. A little bit of Reylo.
How much Kylo Reylo combo shirts and merchandise do you have?
You don't need to know.
All right, so Star Wars
Nor do
series.
you need to know how many Adam Driver pictures are on my phone. But
I think I say on your wall, like your husband must be so.
No. They get confined here on my Star Wars. Yeah, it's a little bad. It's a little much.
Don't worry, I have sloths all over my place.
Okay.
They're a cool animal.
Oh, sloths are so cute.
Yeah,
I saw some in Costa Rica.
They're my spirit animal.
Oh. I don't know what my spirit animal is. It's probably Kylo Ren.
Probably Kylo Ren.
Less murderous. Ben Solo. Let's go with that. But James, I wanted to pick your brain on a few of these things. There's so many rumors. There's so many leaks. There's so many fake leaks and things. There's a lot of negativity surrounding, from the fandoms and stuff like that. But I've always been very excited about Star Wars. This is going to be the final installment of the entire saga coming out.
Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy as a combination of 9 movies. You just expect
more and more Star Wars movies on the same storyline just to continue forever.
Yeah. I mean, and we are going to get Star Wars movies into perpetuity, into oblivion, but they won't be about the Skywalkers. Yeah.
There's no different location. Yeah.
They won't be about the Skywalkers. So I think it's a pretty monumental thing. It's something to celebrate, right? Celebrate you must. Yes. I want to talk about some of my favorite theories.
Let's go.
You can tell me if they suck. And so let's go. So first and foremost, I think that the final film of this movie that culminates all the Skywalkers and all their drama and all their hysterics and all their, because Skywalker men are
love
like
the drama.
Oh my goodness, like relax. I think is going to culminate in the redemption of Ben Solo / Kylo Ren, because I don't think it makes sense any other way. Stand by.
Unless we're going to subvert expectations once again.
Subvert expectations?
Subvert all the expectations. Watch Yoda comes back and he goes, I'm trying to talk backwards in Yoda.
Come on, you can do it. You can do it!
Skywalker, I have been always.
Wow. That would be quite a twist.
That would work.
Easy twist. I don't think we're going to go for that kind of twist.
That wouldn't happen.
But I think that there's a lot of evidence for Ben-demption. We talked a little bit about this last time, in that I think that they're kind of setting up, having the general audience having more empathy for this character and sympathizing with him more. We're going to get the rise of the Rise of Kylo Ren comic series that's coming out just before the film. We're also getting a Rise of the Resistance comic series just before the release of the film. But there is a series of cartoons that's coming out on StarWarsKids.com called Star Wars Rollout. Magical picture will appear right here. As you can see, James, wow, the characters all look like BB-8. They're all little roly-polies.
Oh, that's cute.
And it's so adorable. So they're all like little roly-polies, and as they roll across the screen, you notice some of your bigger characters. You see Harrison, Han Solo, and, Boba Fett, and Chewbacca, and BB-8, and, some of the other droids. But there's one little roly-poly in there that people are like, huh, who's that? What's that?
Who that? Who there?
It's baby Ben Solo. It is baby Ben Solo, a little tiny little roly-poly.
BB baby.
BB baby.
Ben.
BB baby Ben! Oh my god! Oh my god, hold on! You just broke me.
Did we just find a new name for your baby?
BB baby Ben!
BB baby Ben.
BB baby Ben. Yes.
Trademark.
That's what
hashtag.
I will name my next child.
Start that hashtag. Send that out there.
I'm glad you helped me name my next child. That's fantastic.
You're welcome.
But
Your husband will love that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's gonna kill me. So you see little roly-poly Ben, who's dressed just like Han Solo, and so talk about gaining sympathy for this character. They're after the kids now. It's like we're gonna get stories about baby Ben and his dad, and you can't. I mean, you are not gonna. A villain who is irredeemable and who's going to die and is just the absolute worst and is is absolutely they're not going to give you cartoons of him as a baby with his dad running around.
You don't see baby Snoke running around anywhere?
No, you don't see baby. I don't see baby Snoke anywhere in his little golden robe and his little golden diaper.
Oh, that'd be kind of weird to see a baby Snoke in half.
Oh, too soon. Anyways, and also, was it the Star Wars Resistance? No. There these little books called Rey and Friends, and it also features a little baby Ben in some of their stories. So we're getting the comic series. We've got the little cartoons. They're not going to give you an irredeemable villain in baby form if he's ultimately just going to die, and that's going to be the end of it. So
I was going to counterpoint saying that we've seen Darth Vader baby versions, but those are joking, and it's not.
Yeah,
we haven't, and he was redeemed too, so I guess we could see that.
Yeah. Well, my argument is that Ben and Rey dual protagonists, and that they have been the entire time, and that it's the culmination of these two characters that's going to end the saga, redeem the Skywalkers, answer all the questions, and all of that jazz. Do you have any thoughts on that before I move on to awesome Rey theories?
Let's go to Rey.
Oh, let's go to Rey. Okay. So, some people care about Rey's heritage. I do not. I don't care. I think it's awesome if she's a nobody.
You know why we care? You know why? Because we were told to care. We were told, hey, this is significant.
Yeah, but you were told by JJ.
And who's finishing the story?
JJ. Okay, so you gotta just wait for this movie. It wasn't... Anyways, but I don't like the word retcon. I don't think that they are retconning Rey, but I think that they are adding to the story because everything in the Star Wars universe is true from a certain point of view. Who said that? Who said that? Yeah, Obi-Wan, yeah. Okay? Full circle, all that jazz. Anyways, I think that Rey was created as part of an experiment by Palpatine, who has a history of manipulating the Force and who has been known to have labs on Jakku. I think that Rey is a result of Palpatine's manipulations of the Force, and that maybe her parents were losers, but that they ultimately, abandoned her and or are dead, but that it ties into the whole Palpatine storyline. We know that we're getting Palpatine in this next movie, and I think that would be so boss. That would be so freaking awesome.
To add on to that,
yeah.
What if Palpatine used Skywalker DNA from either Luke or Anakin, and then that's the connection between Ben and
yeah, okay,
Rey?
Sure.
No,
sure.
What do you mean? I'm adding to it. I'm helping you. I'm helping your case.
But I don't think she's a Skywalker, okay? Because if she's a Skywalker, she can't marry Ben and make Ben babies.
Okay, no, okay.
And make Skywalker babies. She is going to be a Skywalker, okay? She is going to be Skywalker.
But through marriage?
Yes.
That's so boring.
Oh, man, I'm just like that guy in the Little Women's movie. It's like, you got to marry her
What if that
off.
connection makes Kylo and Rey brother and sister? They're kind of looping right back to Luke and Leia.
I don't think this is going to happen.
What if, though? That actually sounds kind of cool.
If that happens, James,
and that'll explain their connection to the Force.
I will cry. That's what will happen.
They don't have, every guy, girl doesn't have to get together. Like they
but not every guy and girl has that kind of chemistry and that kind of. Oh my God! Stop! That's not brother and sister. But they have that connection. They have that, and it goes deeper than just an attraction or just this. They can read each other's minds. They read each other's emotions. They both have abandonment issues. They help each other. She helps him. I don't know how.
This sounds very
she helps him.
It sounds very sibling-ish.
Oh yeah, you don't look at your sibling the way that she looked at him in that elevator. Okay, you don't look at your sibling that way.
That is true. I guess.
Or the way that he looked at her. No.
They're both confused.
There's a great meme.
Luke kissed Leia. That is true. There are instances where
that is true.
Things go wrong, but it's not their fault. They didn't know. So this could be that too.
There's a really great meme that I like. I have the picture, but it's like it's that scene of them in the elevator, and it's like, stop staring at her like that. She's supposed to be your enemy, So I am a fan of Reylo. I think I would like it to have a romantic element, but it doesn't necessarily have to in order for this to be a successful movie. And I wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my folks out there on YouTube who work so hard and go out there and create these Reylo theories and do their research and really go in-depth literary. There's John Justice, Lords of the Sith, Girls with Sabers, Den of Nerds. Like all of these people have done incredible things, and I recommend you, if you want to learn more about those kinds of theories or the psychology behind Kylo Ren and Rey or going into the film, I recommend going in and checking out some of those folks.
Now I don't know if I want to see this. I'm so undecided because in the last trailer, excuse my voice, I'm still getting over a cold. In the trailer, we hear Palpatine's voice. We hear
his cackling.
Darth Sidious's
that was
cackling.
Awful.
So that could either be a flashback, memory, whatnot, or he's back somehow. I'm not sure which way I prefer. Whether it's just like, okay, his cackling is a flashback. Luke's talking to Rey, teaching her about the past, or he's somehow found a way to come back because in Star Wars lore, at least like in the novels, Palpatine has come back before. And
he's had clones.
Yeah, and clones, and you never know. And the fact that he's had clones in the past makes me agree, or at least I can picture your theory that Rey is cloned.
Is also a clone
through
of some
Skywalker
kind.
DNA.
Oh God. I don't think there's Skywalker DNA involved.
You actually convinced me now.
Oh, did I?
They're
okay, woo!
Brother and sister, yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, convince me that they're brother and sister. I would not have thought.
I quit.
I like it.
I quit.
I think that'd be good. What do you think?
Is that podcast?
Let me ask you, the audience. Do you think that would be good? Should Kylo Ren and
Rey be related in
any way?
some manner or should they? She saves him. He turns to the light side. They go to Luke's island and they live happily ever after with their little Force babies.
What are you doing? No.
Yes.
No.
Lots of Force babies.
Then someone's gonna beg for more movies and have spin-offs of baby Jedis bouncing off walls.
Yeah. But as far as how Palpatine's coming back, I'm pro the kind of like Horcrux theory where he just has like parts of his soul stashed around the galaxy and he can move himself to another body, or he has to, invade another body or something. How it all ties together ultimately into one film that brings everything together, I have no clue. But I'm very excited to see what it ends up being.
Good luck, JJ. After Ryan Johnson, God bless him, but Ryan Johnson didn't give you he didn't hand the baton off very smoothly. It's like a bit of a fumble. Yeah.
Okay. Ryan Johnson and Luke Skywalker both said, and by Luke Skywalker I mean Mark Hamill, both said that the hand touch scene in the Last Jedi was the closest thing to a sex scene that we were going to get in a Star Wars movie. That's not brother sister. That's not brother sister, James.
Yeah. I hope not. If that's the case, I hope not.
But we'll see. We'll see. You make some valid points, especially about, he could have taken DNA from all of the strongest Jedis and all of it in existence and
Darth
put
Vader.
them together into a mega Force user, i.e. Rey. We shall see.
I like that theory now. Actually, I'm down for that. I'm on board.
All right. Woohoo! And maybe we'll find out more things at D23, the Disney convention that's going on next week, where we're expected to hear a lot of updates on various Disney properties.
Yeah.
The whole Marvel poster back here.
Which Disney classic do you think they're going to remake or announce that they're?
God, which one haven't they done?
Maybe like the what's that one? The Sword and the Cauldron, or the Black Cauldron?
The Sword and the Stone.
The Black Cauldron. I think it's called the Black
Cauldron.
That's like an old school classic.
Yeah. Fox and the Hound.
Ooh, Fox and the Hound. Oh, I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry. Oh my goodness, Fox and the Hound. That's a. No, you want to talk about scaring or scarring children for life? That movie that scarred me.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they just want to be friends.
Maybe they're going to do it like so realistic live animation like The Lion King, and it's like, oh my God.
Oh, that we stop Disney.
Please don't.
You could do the realistic like kind of CGI stuff, but have them move their mouth and eyebrows and stuff. Like I haven't watched the new Lion King just for the fact that I saw that short clip of Donald Glover singing as Simba, and it did not look good. And the reviews since. That's like one of the biggest gripes. They love the technology. It looks great, but it just doesn't match the feel and the vibe.
It's like, story first, character first, then CGI, okay? All right, just like that. Anyways, there's a few films and movies and things that are filming here in Massachusetts right now.
Yeah.
Lots of casting notices going out, just a couple. Let's hit just a couple that are out right now.
Yeah, so we have another Netflix film filming here today, or filming in New England. This one is going to be in Hanover, Massachusetts, called The Sleeper. They have 2 shoot dates. The first one is on August 21st in Hanover. They're looking for a rude mom, 30 to 40 years old. So if you know any rude-looking people, rude-looking moms out there,
look at yourself in the mirror and then call.
Yeah. The second shoot date for The Sleeper is September 13th through October 4th. They're looking for security, police officers, royal security, foreign dignitaries. So this seems like a foreign-based film. Drivers, orchestra, musicians.
Cool.
So if any of those job titles seems to match your own description, go for it. You can email, excuse my voice again, bgcasting77 at gmail.com. bgcasting77 at gmail.com. The second one, we talked about this last week, Hubie Halloween, Adam Sandler's Netflix film that's filming in Marblehead near Salem, and I guess they're filming some stuff in Salem also. Their shoot date is now through August. They're looking for more background actors. Now they had like maybe 100 or so.
Yeah, and they're also looking for photo doubles.
Yeah, but in this case, they're looking for background actors who have yet to work on Hubie. So they're looking for different faces.
Yeah, because you had hundreds of people who applied, and you can't use them over and over and over again. And a lot of these scenes have lots and lots of people in them. So, yeah, I can understand that. Looking for more people for Hubie Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween. And if you do want to submit a headshot or resume, Halloween SAG extras at gmail.com.
And you have to be a SAG. You have to be a Screen Actors Guild for that one.
But, they could even reach out to other casting agencies and call or ask about that one, or even send emails there, because I'm sure they'll be interested just to take it in.
Yeah, and Boston Casting is working on I Care a Lot. I Care So Much. That's the one that's featuring...
Peter Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage. I'm so sorry for this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Send the hate mail to him.
I get enough.
I Care a Lot extras for key scenes that are shooting this month. Also, that's through Boston Casting. Go ahead and sign up with them. They are fantastic. So much work.
Yeah.
So many films, so many TV shows. Find a casting agency, find multiple casting agencies, sign up for all of them, be in a movie, have lots of fun.
Be the next big movie star. Woo! All right, well, I think that's everything. Let's end on a high note.
Yeah.
It's time for the wicked nerdy question.
Woo!
All right, so this week, our question is, Hocus Pocus. It was filmed here in Salem, Massachusetts, but... It was competing against another film in 1993 that's kind of obviously closely based to Halloween. So Hocus Pocus, the release date was pushed ahead of schedule, so it wouldn't compete with this other Disney film that was coming out in October of the same year. What was that film that pushed Hocus Pocus' schedule sooner than expected? Don't give it away. So
you're right.
So which film forced Hocus Pocus to push ahead of schedule so they wouldn't compete with that other big blockbuster Disney film
in 1993?
In 1993.
A hint: it was scary.
Yeah.
Disney. I don't know what was up with Disney that year, but traumatizing.
Another hint.
Traumatizing the little children.
Another hint. Go to any mall in the 90s. Just plastered. There's a certain store. There's a certain store. A certain vibe. A certain topic that you see recurring. Yeah, that's a good enough hint, I think.
I think the theme of this episode has been child trauma.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah. I think
from beginning to end.
You know what?
I
think child trauma
it makes for good movies, apparently.
It helps and makes better, stronger adults.
That's right, James.
Yeah, sure.
That's right.
That's at least that's what I tell my therapist.
Oh God.
You just break down. Being an adult.
Thank you for being with us on the Hub in Hollywood. We're losing our minds.
I know.
But thank you for being with us. We had so much to talk about.
I know. I'm losing my voice, but for a good cause.
Okay.
Well, perfect. Well, thank you so much for tuning in for this week's Hub on Hollywood. I'm James.
I'm Jamie.
And there goes our poster.
Come on,
Perfect timing.
Really? Oh.